June 13th, 1944, 0900 hours, outside Villers-Bocage, Normandy. Before we start, please tap the subscribe button and let me know in the comments from which country are you watching from. Hauptsturmführer Michael Wittmann peered through his Tiger I commander's cupola, watching the British 7th Armored Division's column move carelessly through the Norman countryside. Behind him, 56 tons of German engineering, the most feared tank in the world. Through the observation port, Wittmann counted the silhouettes: British tanks, Cromwells, Fireflies, half-tracks loaded with infantry, an entire armored column strung out along Route Nationale 175 like pearls on a string, stopped to brew morning tea. Gunner, target tank, 800 meters. What happened in the next 15 minutes would become legend. Wittmann's single Tiger destroyed 12 to 14 tanks, 15 personnel carriers, and 2 anti-tank guns. The British 7th Armored Division in full retreat. Newspapers called it the greatest single-handed armored victory in history. But what those newspapers didn't report was that his invincible Tiger was already obsolete. The mathematical certainty of its destruction was being calculated in factories across America. This is the story of how the Tiger tank went from unstoppable predator to hunted prey. How 88 millimeters of superiority met the cold logic of American mass production. The mathematics of defeat were already written. Germany would build 1,347 Tigers. America would build 49,324 Shermans. The Tiger I emerged from a May 1941 crisis, when German panzer divisions smashed into the Soviet Union on June 22, 1941. They encountered the T-34, a medium tank that terrified German commanders. Its sloped armor bounced German anti-tank rounds. Its 76-millimeter gun could destroy any German tank at combat ranges. At 2,000 meters, it could still kill Shermans with ease. With the Zeiss TZF-9B telescopic sight, skilled gunners achieved first-round hits at 3,000 meters. Allied tankers reported being destroyed before they could even identify the Tiger's position. By mid-1943, German Tiger battalions established kill ratios that defied belief. Tigers destroyed an average of 10 Allied tanks before being knocked out. The heavy tank battalions became fire brigades, rushed from crisis to crisis. But there was a fatal problem hidden in these statistics. The Tiger was complex, murderously complex. The engine required 57 different lubricants and fluids. The transmission required specialized tools and trained mechanics. The Tiger used overlapping road wheels. If one wheel was damaged, mechanics had to remove multiple wheels to replace it. In Russian winter, mud froze between wheels overnight, immobilizing 56-ton tanks completely. More critically, the Tiger was slow to produce. Each tank required 300,000 man-hours to manufacture. At peak production in April 1944, Germany completed 104 Tigers. That same month, American factories delivered over 2,000 Shermans. The mathematics of attrition were already written. Lieutenant Clarence Smoyer of the 3rd Armored Division arrived in France in June 1944. He'd heard the stories. The veterans told us the Tigers were invincible. The Sherman's 75-millimeter gun couldn't penetrate Tiger armor from the front, even at point-blank range, but the Tiger could kill you from 2,000 yards. The M4 Sherman was designed with different priorities. At 33 tons, it weighed 23 tons less than a Tiger. Its 75-millimeter gun could penetrate 68 millimeters of armor, impressive against most German tanks, inadequate against a Tiger's 100-millimeter frontal plate. On paper, it wasn't a fair fight. American tankers called Shermans Ronsons. Lights first time, every time. German tankers called them Tommy cookers. But American doctrine had accepted the Sherman's inferiority and developed strategies to overcome it. The American philosophy was brutally pragmatic. If one Sherman died for every Tiger, but America could build 10 Shermans for every Tiger, America would win. Industrial warfare reduced to mathematics. Staff Sergeant Lafayette Poole explained, "You don't hunt tigers alone. You hunt them in packs, 3 or 4 Shermans working together. The first tank draws fire, the others flank. You get shots at the side armor, the engine deck. It takes accepting that the first tank probably dies." The Americans innovated rapidly. The M4A3E8 Easy 8 featured the 76mm gun capable of penetrating Tiger armor with HVAP ammunition. The M26 Pershing could engage Tigers on equal terms. P-47 Thunderbolts with rockets could destroy Tigers from above. The Tiger's top armor measured only 25 millimeters. But the most important solution was quantitative. The Fisher Tank Arsenal in Detroit completed 1 Sherman every 55 minutes. By D-Day, 49,324 Shermans built. Germany, 1,347 Tigers total. Liberty ships hauled Shermans across the Atlantic faster than Germans could sink them. Replacement tanks arrived at forward depots within days. Entire tank battalions re-equipped in less than a week. Oberst von Luck witnessed this avalanche. "We would destroy 15 American tanks in a day. The next morning, they had 20 new tanks. We weren't fighting an army. We were fighting a factory."
Wittmann's Villers-Bocage victory became German propaganda gold. But German commanders saw the reality. He destroyed an entire British column, then had to withdraw because he was alone. His Tiger was damaged and took weeks to repair. The British replaced all 29 lost tanks within 48 hours. 2 months later, Wittmann was dead. On August 8, 1944, his Tiger was destroyed during Operation Totalize, most likely a Sherman Firefly at 800 yards. The Tiger exploded catastrophically, turret blown off. Wittmann died instantly at age 30. 5 Tigers destroyed that day, none replaced. The pattern repeated across Normandy. Tigers won battles but lost the campaign. They destroyed 5 Allied tanks for every Tiger lost, but the Allies replaced losses immediately. American tankers learned. Smoyer's first Tiger encounter, September 1944. "I fired 3 rounds at the Tiger's front, all bounced off. The Tiger destroyed our lead tank. While engaged frontally, Sergeant Early flanked and fired HVAP into the side plate. Penetration. Tiger destroyed. 5 minutes, 1 loss. Acceptable exchange rate." Acceptable exchange rate. American commanders accepted Sherman inferiority one-on-one, but 5 Shermans working together could kill a Tiger at acceptable cost, and there would always be more Shermans. By December 1944, German Tiger battalions operated at 30 to 40% strength. No spare parts, no fuel, no replacement crews. For every Tiger destroyed in combat, Germany lost 3 to breakdowns and airstrikes. Germany's last offensive in December 1944 concentrated remaining Tigers for a massive surprise attack through the Ardennes. The plan required Tigers to capture American fuel depots. Germany lacked fuel to sustain the offensive. Think about that. Germany's most powerful weapons counting on capturing enemy fuel just to keep fighting. Obersturmbannführer Johann Peiper's battle group included 6 King Tigers. His tanks ran dry 50 kilometers into Belgium. He abandoned all 6 King Tigers, perfectly intact because they had no fuel. Staff Sergeant James Bates found them, quote, 6 King Tigers sitting by the road, perfectly intact, just abandoned. These were supposed to be the most powerful tanks in the world, useless, out of gas on a Belgian road like broken-down trucks.
That's when I knew we'd won." End quote. When weather cleared on December 23rd, Allied fighter bombers turned German columns into burning wreckage. By early 1945, the Tiger became a liability. Young Panzer crews requested assignment to Panzer IVs instead. Veterans called Tigers death traps, too slow to escape when surrounded, too complex to keep running, too visible to hide from air power. The final symbolic battle came in Cologne on March 6, 1945, captured on film. A Panther tank defended a street intersection, destroying 2 Shermans before Sergeant Mashalonek's Pershing maneuvered into position. At 75 meters, Mashalonek fired first. His 90mm round penetrated the Panther's side armor. The German tank exploded. The film shows German soldiers, veterans who fought since 1943, not fighting, but fleeing. Not from cowardice, but from mathematical certainty of defeat. Hauptansternbannführer Rolf Schamp survived the war, surrendering in May 1945. His post-war assessment was, "The Tiger was the best tank ever built." That sentence is true and meaningless. We made the perfect tank and lost the war because we couldn't build enough, couldn't supply them, couldn't replace them. The Americans made an adequate tank and won because they built tens of thousands. He continued, "We laughed at the Sherman in 1943, called it a tin can. We stopped laughing when we realized that for every Tiger we fielded, they fielded 35 Shermans. When destroying 5 Shermans meant nothing because 10 more arrived the next day. I killed 34 American tanks in my Tiger. I received medals, but I lost the war because industrial capacity matters more than individual superiority. The Americans didn't beat us with better tanks. They buried us with more tanks." In November 1945, the U.S. Army tested captured German equipment at Aberdeen Proving Ground. The conclusion: the Tiger I represents exceptional combat capability neutralized by logistical and production limitations. In actual operational conditions involving supply chains, maintenance, and production capacity, the Sherman represents superior military value. Military value, not combat value, military value. Final numbers. Tigers produced 1,347. Tigers operational May 8, 1945, 0. Shermans produced 49,324. Shermans operational May 8, 1945, approximately 20,000. Kill ratio favored Tiger at 5-1. Replacement ratio favored Sherman at 37-1. The mathematics were inexorable. Clarence Smoyer, 2015 interview at age 91, pointed out, "People ask if I was scared of Tigers. Hell yes. The Tiger was better than the Sherman in every combat way. Better gun, better armor, better optics. If a Tiger saw you first, you were dead. But we knew that behind us was the biggest industrial machine in human history. Every Sherman lost would be replaced. The Germans had to be perfect every time. One mistake, one breakdown, no replacement coming. We could afford mistakes. We could afford losses. That's not bravery, that's mathematics. The Tiger didn't lose because it was a bad tank. It lost because Germany couldn't build 50,000 of them." On April 20th, 1945, the last Tiger rolled off the production line. It was strafed by P-47s before reaching the front. Never fired a shot in combat. Across Germany that spring, hundreds of Tigers sat abandoned, out of fuel, broken down, or left behind. At Bovington Tank Museum in England sits Tiger 131, the only operational Tiger in the world. Captured in Tunisia in 1943, it represents both the apex of German engineering and the futility of perfection without production. Michael Wittmann rests at Lacombe German Cemetery in Normandy, age 30. 138 confirmed tank kills, one of the greatest tank aces in history. Germany lost the war. Wittmann's extraordinary record, like the Tiger itself, couldn't change the mathematics of attrition. The Tiger taught the world a lesson. In total war between industrial powers, production capacity is the ultimate weapon. Logistics defeats tactics. Quantity, properly applied, defeats quality. German tankers called it invincible. American factories called it irrelevant. History proved the factories right.